Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where I have a decent action game with sensational sound effects. This is the original BloodRayne on PlayStation 2. I'm gonna hit the microphone. Ooh. Ignore that tick. Or not.
That wall stretches across the whole town, 30 feet high.
I can see that. So?
From what I...
This is the first BloodRayne video game from 2002 on the PlayStation 2, which spawned numerous sequels, a couple movies, and some comic books.
Quiet, baby. What will the neighbors think?
Starring BloodRayne, a seductive half-human, half-vampire who spends half her time killing enemies and the other half moaning. I think the developers spent the majority of the budget on the sound design. I would have loved to see the recording session for this, with the actress playing BloodRayne spending pretty much all day just moaning and making slurping noises. Really, guys? Is this all her dialogue? It is, isn't it? This is your basic hack-and-slash action game. It's actually pretty good, even though it feels like a budget-priced title. The first series of levels is gloomy and really unimpressive, so I'm not sure why they put them first. Maybe just to spend more time with the sound effects. Now, a lot of the guys that she attacks will shoot their guns off right before she finishes. I wonder what that's all about. Should I quote Yoda? You know the line. Control! Pass me the remote control, because it's time to play more BloodRayne. That doesn't even make sense. But when you start playing the game, it's kind of disappointing until you get into it. The second series of levels, when you start tearing the Nazis apart, is when it gets really good. But what about this made it really catch on? Because it's not the most groundbreaking, impressive game from the era. And while it maybe hasn't achieved Call of Duty status or anything, it's definitely got a cult following. Probably because of the sound effects. So even if the sound may be 80% of this one, the other 20% is not bad. You can attack enemies with your blade or whatever and pick up lots of guns laying about and then shoot bad guys. After so many killings, you can go into a rage mode or whatever it's called, and BloodRayne even levels up, although it's not really clear what she gains. Maybe more moaning power. As you progress through BloodRayne, she also gets some special powers like time slowdown, which comes in handy. BloodRayne always has the advantage, though. Maybe it's her tight pants, but most of the enemies don't stand a chance. Only during the boss battles does the game ever get challenging. During the gunfights, she's way faster than all of the bad guys. If you're low on health, just grab a few of them and make some more moaning and slurping noises. However, I gotta be honest, I have no idea what the game's about. I wasn't paying attention to the plot. All I know is that the Nazis stole the Triforce or something, and BloodRayne has to maybe get it back? I don't know. On her way to Hot Topic, I guess.
The Nazis are closing in on a lost relic with immense powers. We need more information.
Oh, there it is. They left the Ark of the Covenant in the corner. You know, it's got a good sense of humor, and it feels like a game that should have been awful, but it isn't. It actually plays pretty well. It's not a very good-looking game, but you can also pick this up on Xbox, on PC. And if you're into hot vampire babes, there's a bunch of other BloodRayne stuff out there. A few years ago, I played BloodRayne Betrayal, which wasn't bad, but this one feels like it has more of a purpose. Like the designers were really trying to establish something rather than just milk a cash cow. The music's pretty good at times, your special powers are cool, and some of the boss battles are interesting, but you're always way stronger than your enemies, so BloodRayne just barely breaks a sweat, and that's probably a good thing considering it would mess up her hair. But the sound effects steal the show. On that note, I have a classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send to Tony, the owner of Gameplay Unlimited in Delaware, Ohio. So thank you, Tony. This one's not bad. It's got decent controls, it's a good short playthrough, and it won't cost you very much. It's BloodRayne, the first one, on PlayStation 2 and a bunch of other game systems.